Hello, darkness, my old friend. You've reared your bearish head again. You thought our gains were worth ignoring. You felt our belief was sad and boring. Welcome, people, to another episode of the Suppoman Show. Here with me, the Suppoman. Well, what an incredible last 24 hours it has been, and not in a good way. Or is it not? Actually, with the market going parabolic, altcoins going parabolic, the DeFi, group of coins going parabolic, was this actually just what we needed to be able to get into cryptocurrency we lost opportunities with? That is what we are going to be looking at in today's episode. Is this bloody February? Is this the big correction the Suppoman warned about? Or, actually, is this just a small blip in, progress in our journey towards 100k Bitcoin? If you want to hear Suppoman's thoughts, smash up the like, smash it up with vigor. And also, don't forget to subscribe. This is a new home for the Suppoman. So, if you are wanting to see proper daily content from the Suppoman, you have to subscribe to this channel to be able to do so. The old Suppoman channel has now gone. So, where are we at? Oh my god, what utter hell. Look at that candle. Utterly unbelievable. So, let me just post this out to the good people on Twitter. Come join. There we are. Now thousands of people will come to the chat. Just joking. So, people, how are we feeling today? That is really what I want to ask you. How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling bullish, bearish? What's your opinions currently? Viking Swap's killing it. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Zek loves Suppo. Thanks, Zek. Crypto Preaching Pedro. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. Lindsay, Ross, Crypto Chrissy. Sando TV. Chris Marks. Scratch TV. Patrick Stock. Mike Freeman. USA Local SEO, Lindsay Clark, Britcoin, Dion Sawyers. Great to see you, people. I am glad to see you all here. By the dip, Viking price prediction. We will get to all of this, okay, people? We will get to it, all right? I'm going to be opening the floor out to you, and I'm going to be answering your questions eventually, all right? So stay tuned. This is going to be a good one. Right. So, okay. So where are we at the moment? So we have seen quite possibly one of the biggest hourly candles ever seen in Bitcoin's history. So if we just have a look here, Bitcoin prints biggest hourly candle in history after Bitcoin rebounds strongly to 54k. And I'm going to show you something really interesting with regards to the price versus sentiment very, very shortly. So Bitcoin fell below $50,000 today as a correction gathered pace at Wall Street's opening to deliver 20% daily losses prior to a strong response from the bulls. Bitcoin losing $6,000 in minutes. So we hit lows of 47,000. I didn't see that. I didn't even watch. I'm glad I didn't see that. But I did see that people were saying in my chat, in my Telegram group, they were saying Bitcoin's at 49k, Bitcoin's at 48k. And then I looked, and then the next minute it was already at 52. It already spiked back up. So the activity and the money that was being thrown about today was immense. But where are we at in summary? What does this dip mean? Why did this dip happen? Well, conjecture would say that one of the reasons why is because one of the biggest mining pools, I don't know if you can see this properly, but one of the biggest mining pools, which is F2 Pool, essentially, that they had a massive sell-off, basically, in the last 24 hours. A total of 6,600 Bitcoins. 6,600 Bitcoins. I really don't know if you can... But anyway, let's just have a look and see what that translates to. So 6,231 times 58 grand, which is what Bitcoin was at. That's basically 384 million that they made selling Bitcoins at a high. Essentially, tanking the price is the theory anyway. So F2 pool is considered one of the reasons why this has happened. So I'm going to show you now something really, really interesting, and this is why you definitely need to subscribe to the Suppoman. So as I show you on a daily basis, this is the sentiment chart. Essentially, this shows us exactly what the current sentiment is surrounding Bitcoin. All right. And this will have a knock-on effect to everything else. I'll show you very shortly how this has had an impact on the altcoins, right? So you can see the euphoria stage. So if you've been watching this, you'll know this already. If you have never seen the Suppoman episode, then this will be new to you. Which I don't think will be very many of you. But essentially, when we are in green, when this line is in green, this is the sentiment line, essentially. The kind of whitish line is the Bitcoin price. The line that's plotted on top of it is the sentiment check, essentially. And as you can see here, green is belief stage, right? And green travels up to 0.75. Once it gets to 0.75 and exceeds it, that is where we touch euphoria stage. Okay, so as you can see, there was no blue hit yesterday. However, let me show you something that may shock and horror you. Is that we were on, can you see this? Let me just move this up a bit. We were on 0.748. Okay, so if we just talk in percentage terms, 100% is the absolute pinnacle, the highest you can absolutely get, and 75% is the beginning of euphoria stage. We hit 74.8%, so we were 0.2% off euphoria stage. Okay, so we were very close at the height. Okay, we were very close at the height. We didn't even touch it. However, if you were responsible for mining excessive amounts of Bitcoin, if the price had been going parabolic over a long period of time, then when would you sell? Okay, would you sell in parabola? Or would you try to front run somebody who was also trying to sell in parabola, right? If they were going to sell in euphoria, sorry. Well, it looks as if at 74.8, I think this is as close as you can get to euphoria without actually having touched it. And that was the point at which it seemed like Bitcoin was sold. So there we are, people. Now you have your targets from now on. When we go on this show and we have a look and it's near, not in, but near, maybe we should get out then. So anyway, so what does this mean for Bitcoin as it currently stands? Let's just have a look, because that's a really quite shocking candle. But if we have a look at where that candle sits in the context of Bitcoin's, I would say, unfathomable, phenomenal run, then actually it is actually quite small in the grand scheme of things. Like, there is no real need to get bearish, if that's, you know, what you were fearing. There's no real need to get bearish. Like, it essentially hit a support line at $47,000. Like, I think it was a week and a half ago or a couple of weeks ago, I was saying that Bitcoin was just going up and up and up, and I was expecting at some point for it to retest 40k. But it hasn't, you know, it hasn't got anywhere near that 40k. We're still at 53. Like, it's a blip. And as far as I'm concerned, this was a good initial buying opportunity. Now, there's still confirmation to be sought in this instance, okay? Is this the end? No. Have we spiked up to 58k? No. Like, we still need confirmation of the things that are likely to take place over the next couple of days. Are we essentially going to see volume supporting the bulls and the price going back up and retesting that? Are we going to be in a middle ground where we are kind of consolidating around about early 50s, late 40s, because there's a little bit of uncertainty that there's going to be more selling from F2 pool or other pools? Or are we going to have bloody February like was initially congested by me? Are we going to see that? Or conjectured, sorry. Mix of words there. So what are we going to see? Well, that's what we need to discover over the coming days. Okay, so what does this mean for altcoin season? Well, what it means is that we have essentially gone down quite a bit more. So whilst Bitcoin certainly has had quite shocking drop in price, what's happened to altcoins is, well, you can see it right from the top kind of 5. Okay, so Bitcoin's gone down 7%, Ethereum 10%, Binance 11%, and you gotta be remembering at this point with Binance Smart Chain DeFi coins, like Binance is gonna be a well sought after coin. So to go down 10% shows that it's bad news for ones that aren't necessarily so sought after. So let's have a look and see. On the plus side, we have got some big 55% Crypto.com coin and Swissborg. And I know that Crypto.com had some big news today. Kusama, Qcoin, Phantom, still doing well. Wow, that's incredible. Now let's have a look and see what's happening on the negative side. So, at worst, so we're seeing at best 55%, at worst 19% drop in the top 100 cryptocurrencies anyway. So this gives you essentially a sentiment check that yes, they go down harder. Altcoins go down harder than Bitcoin. However, they have not dropped significantly. They haven't dropped at 3x the rate. If we were looking at this back in 2017, I can almost assure you that based on Bitcoin's drop today, that we would have seen and would have sustained around about 25 to 40% losses. But the market's super strong. So it shows that the bullishness continues. Now, we haven't hit the blue. So essentially, this is not denial speaking, right? So as far as I'm concerned, we are still in belief stage. We are still very, very early in the trajectory of this bull market. And I think this is just a blip, a dip buying opportunity. So let's have a look then at the watch lists. Okay, let's have a look and see what are best things to buy today. So first of all, let's have a look at the God tier coin list. Wow, look at Serum Go, Solana, ZK Swap, phenomenal. It's unbelievable to see these. So Polka Starter, I think, is a great buy today. You know, because essentially you need a lot of Polka Starter to get involved in some of these, to get whitelisted for some of these Polka Starter projects. Now, one of the big ones from Polka Starter came out today. We're going to be talking about that in a little while. That is Superfar. So that came out today. So Polka Starter, that's a nice dip on Polka Starter. Could be a good accumulation price anyway. Polka Cover also has been going up incrementally the last week. Every day it's been the best mover on this list. So a 20% drop could be a chance to get into it. It's basically 2x what it was when we first covered it. Marlin's at a good price. 1 inch is at a great price. Polygon, which is or previously known as Matic, I personally would chase this at 10 cents. I wouldn't chase it at this price. Now, where I think I saw some of the biggest dips is actually in the microcap DeFi plays. So let's have a look and see how this list is looking. So yeah, there we are. Fire Protocol. Now, this is not a huge drop in my opinion. This was about 132, I want to say. 26% drop. Good buy opportunity, I think, for Fire Protocol. Snow Swap smashed over $100. I think it was either yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. So a 25% drop in that is a good buying opportunity for Snow Swap. Umbrella Network, $1.46. That is a good chaser price. 88 miles an hour has not been this price for about a month, I don't think. It did hit as low as $102, but it has been over $150 for the past 3 weeks. So I think that is a great price to get 88 miles an hour, particularly as the market cap has dropped significantly. Index Finance is another one. I'm going to have to bring up that list again, which is really quite irritating because it just goes to my default one. And guys, remember, if you want to follow any of these, just go to the popular tab on CoinMarketCap for watch lists, and you will see most of these kind of available near the top, which is thanks to you, by the by. Linear is 6 cents. This was over 10 cents the other week. That, I believe, again, is a great buy opportunity. Index Finance has been $25. This has gone down to only 2x more than it was when I covered it. Right now, when I covered it, it was $4. No, it was $3.90 or something. And then it's rocketed up to $9.50, like in a couple of days. And then after that, went on this upwards trajectory to $25, $27. And now it's come right back to single figures again. So I think that could be a great opportunity. EasyFi had some great news today. EasyFi has partnered with Clover Finance to bring Polkadot-based assets to their platform. So now Polkadot assets are going to be used for lending purposes. So this was very good news for EasyFi. And I imagine more great news is to come for them. So anyway, yeah, so EasyFi, not really dipped as much as I would have expected, but that's still pretty good. And Digital, this, I believe, is a really good competitor to Superfarm, which came out today. So let me just get up CoinGecko. Superfarm had a hot launch. So Superfarm, I think, was anywhere from 1 cent to 2.5 cents at private sale. And then it kind of came out at 25 cents today, but I don't think it really stayed there, to be fair. I think that it went up immediately, like almost as fast as Bitcoin did. This hit $2.60. So this was essentially a 100x for anybody who got in at private sale stage. So this was an absolute smash hit, an incredible payday. And now I believe they came out on literally the worst day, I think, Superfarm, in many respects. It came out on a day where everything was down, so it gives more potential for people to sell this immediately and be able to accumulate Bitcoin, be able to accumulate altcoins. So Superfarm kind of smashed it and then crashed it. All right, now Superfarm is looking to make NFTs done properly. Okay, so it makes it easy for people to create and deploy NFTs, no coding knowledge. You can essentially create your own artwork, create your own creative pieces with no coding required, deploy it out and make it available to be purchased across all blockchains and therefore accepting pretty much all cryptocurrencies as a payment. And I do think that this is a great, and it's going to be attached to themed games, to themed platforms, so that it is not just a place to sell it, but it's also a place for actual NFTs to combine with games and to combine with virtual worlds and to combine with something that gives it a usage. It's no good in buying somebody's random game skin if there's nothing for it to be played on and it's not related to any game as such. So essentially, I really like the value proposition of Superfarm. However, this is already, I think there's 130 million tokens in circulation. So this has already spiked to just half of being a mid-cap. This is $130 million already. Okay, now I do foresee this is probably going to go up simply because this has got an enormous whale investor network behind it. All right, and an influencer network as well. So I think that this is going to go up purely based on that. Okay, sometimes it's not necessarily about the coin or the token or project being excellent. It's about the perception of that coin, platform or token being excellent. And with the network behind it, like literally it creates an illusion. All right, think about it. If this did not have, if this didn't have any sort of influencer or whale network behind it, this would probably have come out and probably about 20x or 40x. All right, but it's simply because of who is invested in this, the venture capitalists behind it. That gives you an indication that, well, it gives an illusion that this is something that is gold and must be bought. And that is the reason why it is where it is at. Like, I personally think that Let me just have a look on the website and see if it's more than just a splash page. It's not even secure, actually, as it says here. So probably not the best start, but there's actually nothing here, you know, for you to be able to see at the moment. There's no real vision presented. So as far as I'm concerned, based on what's there and looking at it how I would look at any other project, I would say that this is kind of overvalued at the moment. But if this had come out yesterday, it would have been probably would have been 200x. Who knows? Now, with what's been going on with Bitcoin, this further emphasizes the contingency plan of yield farming. So let's have a look at Viking Swap. Now, Viking Swap, I don't know what to say about Viking Swap. Like, Viking Swap has made me 20 coins, or no, I think it might be now 21 coins. 21 Viking staking $10,000. 21 Viking. So that is $78, right? So 21 times 78. $1,600 in 30 or so hours that I have been farming Viking. So 1,600. I have essentially made 15%. I made 16% of what I have invested for farming, invested into the yield farming. I have already made back 16% in 30 hours. You get that nowhere. You get that nowhere in the staking world anyway, other than in yield farming. So that just shows you the power of yield farming. It shows you its power as a contingency plan versus the versus the spot trading world, right? Now I just want to show you something, right? This is derivative of 10,000, okay? 10,000 invested. Now, if this had been, let's say, 100,000 invested, then this would be 16,000 that I would have made in 30 hours, all right? Just 30 hours. Now consider the fact that when you buy a Dash Masternode, you are spending... Actually, let me have a look and see what the price of Dash is today. Because this could be... Suppoman, you haven't bought it yet? What makes you think you're going to buy it now? So let's have a look at Dash. So this is a $261,000 masternode, okay? Now, as we established yesterday, this pays out around about $50 a day. Okay, so $50 a day. For a third of the price... you are able to get into yield farming and make not $50 a day, but around about $15,000 a day. Go figure, people. Now, of course, if you were like a lot of the people, I mean, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm quite a tepid player when it comes to yield farming. I don't really want to get burnt by getting in the wrong project. I don't think Viking Swap actually is the wrong project. But anyway, so I'm not a big player in yield farming. I know some contacts of mine are huge into yield farming and they invest 7 figures. So if you had invested $1 million, then in 30 hours, you would have made 100. I mean, are you doing the maths essentially? Right? So if we do 1 million divided by 163,800, it takes us 6 days to get your money back. This is on an assumption you don't do what I do. What I did yesterday was I shared Viking Swap, right? Like, no one had talked about Viking Swap before I brought out the video, and now everybody's talking. Well, I've seen a few people talk about Viking Swap now. And it's just out there, right? Yesterday when I spoke about it, there was 12 million. You know, when I got into it, there was 6 million. And now there was 12 million yesterday, total value locked, right? Let me just go there, or there. 12 million. Now it's 42 million, right? Now when there's 42 million, that essentially means that the rewards go down considerably. right? So Viking, the first day that I was farming Viking, this was a 5,000% return APR, 5,000%. Okay, so it's halved now, essentially, and the dot pool was 2,700. Now it's 921%, right? So the millionaires do their due diligence on these platforms. They look over the code or get somebody to look over the code and make sure that it's mitigating risk as much as possible. They get into these, they don't tell anyone, and they make humongous rips. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So it would take if nobody knew about this, if I hadn't said anything, and if I hadn't really, I'm not saying it's all thanks to me, but if the word didn't get out, it would take just 6 days, or probably even less. Considering where we are at now, probably would have taken just 4 days to make your million back, and that's without even the harvesting, without the compounding that you can do. So 6 days, and then after that, you're free rolling. After that, you're just another 6 days, another million. Another 6 days, another 6 days, another 6 days. After a little while, you're a massive multi-millionaire, right? Of course, on the bad side of the coin, you could obviously put $1 million in something and then lose it all because you've gotten into a buggy smart contract that then whisks all your money away somehow. So I mean, there's peaks and troughs. Basically, like, fortune favors the brave. Like, if you're feeling very, very brave and you are willing to risk $1 million, I know I'm not talking to that. I know you wouldn't be investing $1 million, but I'm just trying to give you a sense of gravity, because everything's relative, right? If you are willing to make the risk, you get the reward. And I do know of people that are making just such an enormous amounts of money. Like, a really close friend of mine is making $25,000 a day yield farming. Go figure. Right, so anyway, it's really easy to get involved in Viking Swap. Like, what I'm really liking about some of the platforms right now, once I have an understanding that it's relatively safe, is Binance Smart Chain platforms, right? Binance Smart Chain platforms are ones that I'm really bullish on, because actually the transaction process, all of the transactions involved in the process of farming on Viking Swap cost me about less than $10, probably about $5. $5, right? On Ethereum, this would have cost me possibly 20 times that. Getting involved in the whole process. So this is just the armory area. I haven't even talked about the actual farms where you have to essentially be staking 2 equal value tokens, and that is how you make the enormous rips there. I prefer the easy version of this. But anyway, yeah. And that just shows you actually that because I've made 21 tokens, that just shows you what's possible if you go with some of the higher risk yield farms. So anyway, yeah, so there we are. So people, that is where money's being made, massive rips are being made here at the moment. That almost makes the narrative going on in the wider market a little bit, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? You're making money, making serious money in a lot of cases. And it doesn't really matter. Like, somebody said, what's your price prediction? Who knows? I don't care really about the price. I mean, I do to the extent that, you ultimately want to be selling at a time when you bought it and started yielding it. It's more expensive when you are looking to sell it. So yeah, obviously. But this has remained, about $75 to $80 in the last 24 hours. So it's remaining strong. I think it should go upwards from here as more people get into it. It's almost like a little bit of a trade-off between the total value locked and the actual price of the token. More people that get into it, less people actually selling it and farming it at a particular point, is going to end with the price going up, hopefully. So anyway, yeah, so given that narrative, essentially, it is incredible, the opportunity in yield farming at the moment. And I've got to admit that now I'm going to take it a little bit more seriously. I'm going to be looking into the yield farms almost as closely as I do cryptocurrency opportunities, to make sure that if it checks out, Yeah, and there's no real guarantee of knowing it's going to check out, but you know, you can only do as much as you can, and it's worth. I mean, in some cases, not talking about this particular instance, but it's helpful if one contact you know actually knows the team, and they give you a little bit of a sign off too, right? Okay, so that doesn't necessarily happen maybe at the retail level, you know, but but it is helpful to know somebody in the team or know someone who knows someone in the team, so that you are able to know they're not a malicious actor in the whole thing. So let's have a look and see what you guys have to say, and how you guys are feeling, actually, about the market right now, about Bitcoin, about altcoins. What are you buying? What do you want me to look at? Super, if you see a next-gen yield farm, let us know. I did on this occasion. Like, the thing is that Suppoman likes to be a YouTuber first and an investor second, but sometimes it doesn't pay to be so giving. But I will try. I mean, I was literally farming this 13 hours before I told you about it. I mean, I could have just let it go a week. Probably should have, but you know, I like you guys to get a slice of the pie. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Super, my entire portfolio only dropped 10%. Yes, I think mine dropped a little bit more. Let me just have a gander. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, it was over here. Yes, so the Suppoman felt a huge pain. This was earlier. It was 4% at that point. Let me have a look and see what it is now. Let's see how much. Let's see what happens. Ah! Right, let's have a look and see what I have. 7%. Nothing, really. Crap. Like, it's nothing. Does altcoin season start soon after this correction, in your opinion? No, not necessarily that soon. Like, what I believe, and this is again just a personal opinion. What I believe is that Bitcoin needs to rise again. Bitcoin needs to go to around about, well, it needs to find some stability in the region of 58.65, I believe. Find some stability there, and then that is when altcoin season truly starts. Okay, so I don't think necessarily that's going to be the be all and end all alt season, but I think that's going to be like the juiciest part of alt season. It's going to be like possibly like the main part of alt season. I think that the end of the cycle, at the end of the bull cycle, is going to be the kind of tail off, like a kind of flash spike of everything. Bang! It's going to go into massive euphoria stage. So if we just have a look, like over here, like these percentages, like 75, 50, 25, this means people who get into cryptocurrency, what percentage of the people that got into cryptocurrency, or the people that are in the market, what percentage of them, or what percentage of their wallet is in profit, okay? What percentage of them have a profitable wallet, right? So when it gets to 75% of people that are in cryptocurrency have a profitable wallet, that is essentially the beginning of euphoria stage, okay? So people that have bought incrementally, you may have gotten involved, low, you may have gotten involved up here, but essentially speaking, everybody, once it gets to euphoria stage, or 3/4 of people have a profitable portfolio. Okay, the earlier you bought, the more profitable. But essentially, 75% have got profitable portfolios. Once it goes up to 80, like here, the height looks to be like the market won't allow you to have 85% of people in a profitable portfolio, right? It's like between 75% and 85% of people having a profitable portfolio. That leaves 15% of people that buy right at the absolute high and very quickly have an unprofitable portfolio. So there will never be total 100%. But anyway, yes. So that is really where the euphoria starts. The euphoria starts when 75% of people in cryptocurrency have a profitable portfolio. Okay, so that is how you measure it. And like at the moment, there will be people that have bought on a high, and we are not in that euphoria stage right now. We have been if you had bought like back in January, February, or earlier in 2020, you'd be profitable, but not 75%. Not yet. So we need for Bitcoin to go up, altcoins to go up, and then we will start getting into that real euphoria stage where it's just like crazy money, and we're not yet at that stage. So I do think that there's a hell of a lot of legs left in the cryptocurrency bull market. I personally think so. And even if worst case scenario, so let me just pull up something else, just to show you not probably absolute worst case, but show you I guess a worst case, a kind of terrible scenario where prices could go to. Okay, so if we just pull the moving average lines up, so the 50, the 100 and the 200. So if you don't know what moving averages is, basically this is charting the closing prices of Bitcoin over the last 50 days on average, the last 100 days on average, the last 200 days on average, right? And as a result, these lines form key support levels for Bitcoin. Okay, so anything above this, we are still in bullish territory. Okay, so we're still in a quite rampant bull market. Once we go below this, that's when the uncertainty starts to come, a little bit of fear, but we're still in a bull market. In between red and yellow and red, that is when we are going bearish. Okay, that is where there's probably a little bit more uncertainty than certainty. And then bang, once we go underneath that, bear market, essentially. That is it. You know, it's over. So yeah, so looking at the grand scheme of things, we are mega bullish. Like, to get down to the lowest level would be 40k. To get down to like an area where you should be probably wanting to commit suicide nearly, this area, which is 23k. And I just don't think that's going to happen. I mean, look at the price of Bitcoin right now. It's 452. It's very strong. And I was saying this in yesterday's video, that despite, if this is the real reason, if it is to do with F2 Pool, one of the biggest miners of Bitcoin, and them selling it off. I mean, selling off essentially just an enormous amount of their Bitcoins to pay their miners. Like, if that is what they did, then Bitcoin has been very strong as a result, incredibly strong, 54k strong. And this is what I'm telling you about Bitcoin. Just seems to improve with every single cycle. It seems to improve with time. Institutional interest. Elon Musk did actually say, let me just find that article again. Is it this article? Elon Musk did actually tweet on Saturday that the markets seem high. So that was probably a little bit of a indicator that we were probably on for bearish times. But anyway, yeah, so there we are. There we are, people. So I'm personally feeling pretty good. Don't commit suicide, Suppo. Well, I didn't the last time. So if I didn't the last time, I certainly won't this time. Even though I do think that I would quite possibly just want to hide for 3 years, be cryogenically frozen or something like that. Anyway, so people, let's have a look and see what your questions are. Solana building high quality projects. Yes, it's only really the beginning of Solana. I mean, look at Serum. I mean, Serum is, I think at this stage. Let's have a look and see where this is ranked. Oh, actually, rank 116. It's going up and up and up. This was $3 when I covered it. I think that Serum is a powerhouse, potential powerhouse. When patron? I don't know. I'm never going to have a Patreon channel. I guess my trade-off is super chats. Will you FOMO in Superfarm today? No, I will not, to be honest. I'd much rather go into something like Digital. To be fair, 30 million. It's already too high, and the chances for gains has been made at private sale. It's a train that's gone, in my opinion. I won't ever go into Superfarm. It's hilarious to hear your local speaking to you about another coin than Bitcoin called Litecoin. What do you mean? Very nice. Right. What do you think? How much Binance projects can go? Very high, very high. If the code checks out, very high. I mean, look at PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is like the template for where quality, audited, reliable DeFi projects can go. Binance projects. And I know for a fact, through speaking with my whale network, that Binance and CZ particularly are very, very keen to support projects that are quality, delivering value to customers. So you never know. Like some of these yield farming platforms could get endorsed by Binance and could go through the roof. That's why you kind of need to look for the good ones. Polka City, it's an interesting concept. I will give it that. Let's see if there's any... oh, look at that. Suppoman's now $1.2. Yeah. Yeah, Polka City. Let's have a look at that. It's not even on here, which is ridiculous. But then... Super, what are your thoughts on Alpha Finance? I think I looked at Alpha a few weeks ago and it was like ranked 92 and I thought, can't be bothered with this. It's too... Polka Sex, NFT swapping... Oh, it's gone. Why did you retract that message? That looked quite interesting. I saw that there was like this anime feet NFT platform. Like the feet of like, you know, female manga characters. It's a DeFi world's gone mad. But yeah, so this is 382 million market cap. Not so keen on investing in any of these really. So, but I'll have a quickie look. Sorta Market IDO. I've heard of that. That's an NFT, isn't it? Alpha Finance Lab is an ecosystem of DeFi products that will interoperate, that's a tongue twister, to maximize returns while minimizing risk for users. Alpha products focus on capturing unaddressed demand in DeFi in an innovative and user-friendly way. Okay, what does that even mean? Like, maximize returns, minimize risks. So let's have a look. Allows users to leveraged yield farm on Curve, Balance, Swap, and Uniswap. Can take leverage on many assets, including even up to 9x. Automated market maker. I don't know any of these global investors. Like, I don't know really why this is so highly traded. I've got to say, I'm really... Oh, Bernard's here! Bernard, good to see you back. I did try and unblock you on my previous channel, but now that's not even a consideration now because my previous channel's now gone. So good to see you back. Oh, hold on. You know what? Bear with me a second. Add moderator. Right, Bernard, now you're moderator. Hope you wanted that. Right, okay, so can you check UOS Ultra token? Sort of market. Let me have a look at that, Dylan. I've got a nephew called Dylan, so I guess you kind of got my attention just because of that. Sorta market. Nothing there. That doesn't help, does it? I think it's NFT. So to platform. So to NFTs. Right, okay. We'll find it in a roundabout way then, eventually. So what's this? A Falcon swap? Trust swap, apparently. Alright, so let's have a look at Sota Finance. Could be a good one. 'Un. Harry said he was going to be here, actually, Patrick, so disappointing, because he's my other moderator. But he's probably busy doing homework or something. Enable easy creation and transaction of limited digital content editions secured with blockchain to mass users. This looks sexy. I'm going to say it right now. This looks sexy. Great website. This looks a little blurry. Could be better. So these are digital collectibles. Yum. I like. So, I don't know what this is going to be entering in at. Binance Smart Chain. So this is going to be Binance Smart Chain, is it? Holy crap. 12x oversubscribed. Trust Swap. Oh, so it is Trust Swap. Goes live on Uniswap. Yeah, I think this is going to be... I hope that this goes quite under the radar because it's Trust Swap. So yeah, let's hope for the best, eh? Let's hope for the best. You know, Glitch was Trust Swap, wasn't it? And that didn't do so well. So hopefully... I mean, this has only got 3,400. It does look good. I got to give it that. I don't really know anything about the metrics, but I love the look of it. It looks great. So what is the currency here? Pumpkins. And demo picture. Popular creation. I mean, you've got some great stuff being sold in the NFT world, like a Banksy. I think it might have been a fake or something. And another one sold, can't remember which artist it was, but sold for 300 Ethereum. So, I mean, the NFT marketplace is getting more and more popular. It's getting more and more popular. So, yeah, it looks good. It does look good. Any other questions? I've got to go very shortly. I know I promised to be on sooner, but I took too long. Like, thoughts on render token? Don't know it. What do you think of Digicoal? I think Digicoal is a undervalued gem, actually. Swing By is on my research list, which I will get to at some point. I mean, it's not as if I haven't got a lot to talk about already, but... Supo, opinion on Polka Insure. There's a lot of insurance. Polka Cover, Bridge Mutual. There's another one I was looking at the other day, actually. Let me see if I can find it. It sounds like Ethereum, but it isn't. Is it? I don't know if it's this one. No. It's Etherisk or something like that. That's the one. Let's have a look at this one. This is an insurance protocol, I think. 49 mil. So I need to look at this one a little bit more, but I'm not massively keen on all these polka this, polka that. I prefer something to try and get its own, unique identifier. Like Polka Starter, that was cool because it was early, but now it's just getting a little bit annoying. Make insurance fair and accessible. Flight delay risk, hurricane protection, crypto wallet insurance, protection against risk of theft and attack on hackers. Target coverage up to 1 mil. Like that. Now, I have had a few people contacting me recently about thefts to Ledger wallet funds. That is good. So anyway, yeah. So I need to look into this a little bit more. This looks like it is not just crypto based, which I don't know if it's a good thing. Probably gives it wider. I mean, let's face it, right? You go to certain companies, like let's say, well, I'm only talking about like English ones. I don't know what you've got in America or other countries, but like, you got like Privilege, right? Privilege do car insurance, home insurance, whatever insurance, right? And as a result, they've got a large market share in the insurance, in the insurance field. Now, I think that as a cryptocurrency world seeps into the mainstream, there's going to be a demand for people to invest in things or people to use things that they understand. And so something that has like travel insurance, acts of God, social insurance, crop insurance. Like that would be really good if this was yield farming. Collateral protection for crypto-backed loans. Build your own product, request new product. I mean, these guys, the community looks like they are building some good products here. So anyway, yeah, so I like this. This looks like something a little bit more progressive than other ones that I'm seeing at the moment. So how do you feel about Umbrella? I think it's Umbrella, like a lot of these Polka starter IDOs, had a fast start, and then there's this expectation. I know this, having helped Ethos, now Voyager, grow, is that you have your quiet periods as partnerships, as use cases built into the value, and then the value kind of reflects the excitement of a project. So Umbrella Network has kind of, I suppose, over time, lost a bit of interest, from when it initially came out. But I'm bullish on oracles generally, and I tell you, I have got one of the best oracles to come. All right, I've got one of the best oracles to come, very, very soon. Like if you think buried data is good, you're wrong. All right, because the next one I've got coming up is gonna be a flipping smash hit. I hope, anyway. But anyway, yeah. So, but I will tell you more about that close to the time. But it's gonna be Binance Smart Chain, potentially endorsed. Potentially, don't know for sure. Thoughts on Polka based? Don't know. I tell you something I do quite like, and I'm fancying getting my son into is this Yield. Okay, the Yield app. Now they haven't yet launched the iPhone app, but I really quite like the idea of this. Oh no, hold on, that might not be it. Yield app. This one. Really love the idea of this. I think that you've got to be quite forward thinking to invest in things in crypto. Like if you want to make the serious long-term money, you've got to be quite forward thinking. You've got to think of the solution before it happens. That is how you ride long-term waves. And the thing that I'm thinking about is like when it comes to DeFi, right? We're now in this really good place DeFi-wise, the development of the DeFi ecosystem, where we've got yield farms, we've got places where we can earn great rewards, great APR, doing various financial activities or bank kind of orientated activities. But as we move forward in this world, like we got to be thinking of our kids, right? Now, our kids, they're maturing even more than ever before, right? They are going to want their own decent high interest account. Why not? Because they're young and they get the crypto. Well, they'll get digital money. They already do with the extent of like Fortnite and in-game apps and in-game purchases, in-app purchases. They understand digital money. They get the concept, right? And they are going to want a reason and a platform to be able to save. They need to be able to put like $10 or £10 or whatever away, or $50 or birthday money, put it away into a high interest account. And that is why I like things like this Yield app, the Yield app. This is something I would want Harry to get into, because this is essentially giving him his own bank account without having to go to a bank and sign papers and blah, blah, blah. And then they give him 0.006% interest rate, which is pathetic, because they'll not bother. Whereas the kids could get like 9%. 9% may sound low compared to something like, Viking Swap with their 2,000%. But, kids just want to have like a relatively low risk and high interest ability. And that is something that they would be able to get with something like Yield. So I'm liking this, like even more from a use case scenario than necessarily from an investing scenario. So once they come out with their app, I really would like for Harry to get on this. And 12% APY. Like, let's just have a look. Average interest rate on savings. Let's have a look at this, you know. 0.05. Pathetic, right? So let's just look at that, okay? So let's say average 10-year-old maybe gets £100 birthday money, 0.05 over a year, £5. Ooh, Jesus, like, come on. And that's pathetic, isn't it? So, wait a minute. Is that even? There's 0.05. Isn't it not less than that? But anyway, whatever the case, right? Even at best, £5. Ooh, big whoopee do. Whereas, okay, hold on. Same result. Okay, so let's just put 12%. Well, 12% of 100 is $12. So if we do 0.05, not 5%, 0.05, 5. There we are. Sorry, I had the calculation wrong. It's not 5. It's not 5 pence. It's 0.5, right? Which is shite. Okay, shite. Yeah. So, and let's just talk about people with savings. Let's say of 40,000. $20 a year, or £20 a year. You know, for saving 40,000 with a bank, $20. Pathetic, right? And yet, if you did it with something like that, which is like quite low risk, that's what I'm talking about. At 4,800, now there is the cheese. Okay, so that is what I am looking for in the future. Right? And I don't think people are necessarily looking that far ahead when they are looking at these platforms. They're just thinking, oh, how does it compare with the value proposition of another? You know, I think you've just got to think of the future. You've got to think of something that looks as well. Like, if Harry saw this, he would be like, yeah, this is, yeah, you're right, actually, Mike Freeman, 5 pence, right? 5 pence, not $5, 5 pence. Pathetic. Anyway, so Harry would look at something like this and think, oh, this looks quite user-friendly. Yeah, so that's what I kind of like. I really like this. So, yeah. So let's have a look. Well, it says, well, who knows? You know, some places do it better. Some places do it worse. With the whole pandemic and things and all that, then I imagine that some will probably not be as good as others. Alright, chain. Oi! I'll look at that. I'll look at that in the next video. Make sure that you ask me next video. Eternity. Let me just have a quick look at Polka Starter. Oh, by the way, people, smash up ye old likes if you can. Remember, every like helps. It's you can be literally a saviour to me by just literally smashing. You can do it. It depends on your kind of, I don't know, how you're feeling right now. If you're feeling pretty chill, just kind of, oh, nice, simple. If you're feeling quite energetic and passionate, bang, bang, bang. Actually, it took 4 attempts to hit that. But either way, just smash that like. It really does help the Suppoman. Right, let's have a look at Polka Starter then. And see if whatever it was you said is on here. Began with an E. No, it's not. It's not here. No, these are all the lapsed ones. So yeah, no, can't see it right now. DeFi pie, right. I baked you a pie. This is the last one I'm going to look at. And then I have to parmay, essentially. I think I've seen DeFi pie. I'm sure I've looked at it before. Um, 413. It's pretty low on trading volume, gotta say. Not given its market cap, I'm not very pleased with that. So let's have a look and see how this has been performing. 500% in the last, that's 5x in the last month. Has it ever breached 1 million? Oh, it has. Oh, no, it hasn't. No, it's 13,000. It's never breached 1 million. It's had a good day, which was yesterday, which is where it jumped from 3.8 mil. So let's have a look at I baked your pie. Oh boy, what flavour. Right. It's a TikTok video if you ever wondered where I got that from. Combines lending as a service, liquidity pool as a service, staking as a service in one platform. Financial system open to everybody. Seems like it's pretty... Okay. I'll probably look at this another time. I've got to say, it doesn't really float my boat. It just seems a little bit, a bit boring, to be fair. I can understand why it's not really had any decent trading volume, to be fair. Bit degree is up 67%. Let's have a look at bit degree. At the risk of being hated. Wow, 2,000 volume. Nice. I think that they are actually... Oh, look at that. It's actually got over 1 million market cap. Interesting. Gone over 1 million market cap. How odd. Now, I think that they have now actually implemented token utility, because they removed that, and I think that they've began to implement it. Now that gives a reason for the token. All right, that's the main thing that you've got to consider. It gives a need for the token. There wasn't one previously. It's not very clear here. Not very clear, to be fair, how it is implemented. I think I've got to have a chat with them at some point, but it's over 1 million, which is in it. Did I ever find that pension token? No, I didn't actually. It still eludes me. A lot of people said it was Acropolis, I think. Loads of people said it was Acropolis. Let me just have a quick look. I would know because I saw it. I saw it clear as day. And I just don't know why I can't find it now. Did I dream it? Was it all just a dream? Which is basically the message you get on a Tesla Model X when you make the Tesla do the funky dance. Oh, that's a nicer looking website now. Earn DeFi yields on autopilot. Yeah, loads of people tell me it's this. Now let me just find on page pension. Nothing. So I don't think it is. Let me have a look. Could it be this? I do want to look into this more though. Looks pretty good. 17 million. 17, look at this, right? So Acropolis is a 100 million market cap with 17 million locked, and Viking is like 5 million with, oh, it's $82 now. And Viking has got 43 million. That is utterly insane. Psychosomatic Anakin Saiyan. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to make a move now, people. Thank you all for joining. 392 people. If you could smash a like on the way out, I would be highly grateful, people. And I will see you again tomorrow. And we shall have another beauty of a session. So, peeps, thank you very much for joining me today. I love you all. And I shall see you next time. It is lights out.